Everybody wants $10,000 clients. Every single person I speak to in the info industry wants clients to pay you $4,000, $5,000, $10,000. Yet your profile and Instagram account does not look worthy of those kind of clients. Guys, actually ask yourself, when was the last time you've taken a look at your Instagram? When was the last time you've looked at your reels, the stories you post, the YouTube you're posting, if you're even posting any, and you're asking yourself whether or not you deserve the money that you want to be making in the info space? I cannot tell you how many clients I onboard, and the first thing I look at is the front end. Your front end is not worthy of the money that you're asking from the market. Therefore, how can you assume the market's going to reward you when in real time it doesn't? Time and time again. And in this exact video, I want to talk about a topic that I see so many people talk about, which is the leads. The leads are my problem, Jerry. Jerry, the problem are the leads. They're too broke. They're too unqualified. The leads aren't the issue. Your account is. What you're showcasing to the market is your problem. Imagine you go to a restaurant and you're dressed in a very, I want to say, unprofessional way. You look very sloppy. You have a bad haircut or no haircut, and you try to network with a multimillionaire. How can you expect the result that you're looking for? You can't. However, what if you show up to a nice restaurant and you're dressed the part, you look the part, you speak the part, you smell good? All of a sudden, doors start to open, and the people that you want, your leads, will come to you. That's why I always say, build the garden, the butterflies will come. Do not chase the butterflies with the unhealthy garden. It's the exact same thing in business. Because what if you've built your Instagram in such a way that you're so favored to have the clients that you're looking for? And I have to say, that's one of the most uncomfortable spots that you can be in, is you having to actually audit your own Instagram, because so many people are biased. Oh no, my reels are good, my posts are good, my stories are good. It's just a leads problem. It's not the leads. If you're in an industry and the market is winning, there's cash. Let's say you're a day trader. Let's say you're an e-com coach or a sales coach. If you're not attracting the leads that you want, your competitors are. The market is not the issue. The industry is not the issue, but it's your content and it's how you're portraying yourself. So look at the reels you're posting, look at the stories, look at the YouTube, and ask yourself if you're worthy or not. And the number one thing I can tell you, this is a psychological trick and overall a way of thinking that I give to all my clients, which is this. If you're a sales coach and you want to attract people paying you $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 for sales coaching, you need to start asking yourself these questions. Number one is, when you were struggling, when you were stuck making 2K per month and with no ability to handle objections, what kind of content did you have to see? What kind of content and quality of content did you have to see to make a decision, a rational decision, and want to invest money into a mentor? Notice how so many people want clients, but they don't ask themselves these kind of questions. If I want to attract someone paying me 10K through DMs, 10K on sales calls, I have to ask myself, what kind of content do I have to expose to them so they can be attracted to me? And that is the whole basis of understanding that the leads are not the issue, you are. And the number one thing I could tell you right now is there's different variations and formats you have to do on your front end to be able to trigger the buying behavior that you're looking for. So every single person here has to have a pen and paper and write down a fine line. Starting is when they first find out about you, and the ending is when they pay. And you have to ask yourself, what are the different buying triggers that they need to be consumed and exposed to that makes them want to purchase from you? Maybe someone has to have more credibility in you. Maybe someone has to have a bit more value that you're looking for. Maybe they want to see if you're the expert in the field. Maybe they want to see what kind of personality you have and what kind of lifestyle you have. These are all different questions you have to ask yourself. And once you get to that fine line and you start seeing the different behaviors that you have to expose themselves to, that's how you'll get people paying you large sums of money every single time. And it doesn't just end on the reels. The stories have to follow suit as well. The YouTube videos have to follow suit. Enough with the talking heads. I cannot tell you how many coaches I see, they're just having talking heads like that, right, with a caption or a title on top, and then they're expecting 10K clients, 5K clients. Why do you expect that when the quality is so poor? Why not set up your camera in a third person, get a side angle, and say the exact same things that you want to say as a talking head, but on the side? Why not do that? It increases your quality so much more. It increases your authority so much more. And especially when you're with a client of yours or someone of yours side by side, that's indirect credibility being given, being posted, and people start to nurture, people start to follow you for who you are. And that leads me to my second point, which is, well, Jerry, this is all fun and games, right? I know exactly how to structure the Instagram to make it very professional. I have to do high quality pictures and everything, but how do I kind of showcase myself? This is the problem that I see every single person have. Guys, we're in an industry where you have to build your personal brand. Guys, I'm sorry, but you don't have a personal brand if you post the same reels as everyone else and you sound the same as everyone else. You don't. I have a friend next to me right now who's a day trading coach and he has a mentorship. And he's very unique in the way he posts his content. He's very unique in the way he speaks in his content. And that's why he's making 50K, 100K plus a month from his info offer. That is why. Because he's very unique with how he does things. And he might have the same value as someone else, but the way he explains it is a very, very concise and differential way. Because guys, let's face it, the info industry right now is getting more and more saturated. That's not a problem. I cannot tell you how many clients I have come on my calls, my group calls, and I can see in their eyes when they first join, they're worried that the market is getting so saturated. Is there even a place for me? Is there even more cash to be collected? Is there even a way or a possibility for me to leave my marketing industry? There absolutely is, but it's your way of thinking that's flawed. Because if I have two people come in, one person, his way of thinking is, oh, the coaching industry is too broad, it's too saturated, I won't make money. The second person is competitive and says, yes, it's saturated, good. I like saturated markets, because if it's saturated, it means the demand is there. It means there's money to be made. I would be worried if there's a market with no one in there. But if I see a market with so many people, it's because there's so much money to be made. I know everyone wants to go there. So that makes me 10 times more competitive to want to stand out and to want to be ahead of the competition, because that's what this video is all about. It's about staying ahead, and you cannot stay ahead of the industry if you are not being yourself and you're not being differential in what you do. Your leads aren't the problem. The market is not the problem. You are the problem within your own content. And the moment you start to fix it is the moment you realize that the industry is always going to be in your favor forever. Guys, you have to understand this. If you want to have clients paying you a high ticket, you need to look high ticket, but do not sell just a lifestyle either, especially if you're in the B2B space. You do not want people to buy into you just for the lifestyle. You have to have a healthy mix of everything, right? It could be lifestyle, it could be your personality, and it could be your education as well. That is how people are going to become problem aware and solution aware. When I have clients hop on the call, I ask them, why did you pay me money? They always say, they go, because you don't just base your marketing off of just the lifestyle, off of just the flexing. You do it in a very subtle way, in a very indirect way. And that is why I get these kind of high paying clients. Because truth be told, I lead with value all the time, and the lifestyle is the one that backs it up in a very indirect way. And I do it in a way where I know what my audience craves. And so I showcase to my audience what they desire. If you are a closer, right, or a trader, and you have a specific lifestyle that you crave, what if you showcase that within your content? And you spoke about how hard you've worked for that specific moment in time, and they're able to see the fruits of your labor. And then the next reel, the next video is more educational, more value driven. The next video is more credibility driven, trust driven. Do you see what kind of content you're creating? Do you see what kind of personal brand you're building? This is the beauty of the info space.